Hi, I'm Thomas, Product Lead at Timeline. Would you like to know how Timeline can offer better planning and better outcomes while saving a lot of your valuable time? If so, keep watching. Let's start with the numbers. As you know, normally financial projections are based on a series of assumptions that allow you to calculate your yearly returns. Things like 3% inflation, 5% annual returns, which leads to straight line charts like this, showing wealth growing predictably over time. But with inflation and world events showing how dangerous finger-in-the-air assumptions can be, we need a more evidence-based approach. Timeline solves this problem with a huge set of data on inflation and asset type returns over 120 years of history. We crunch the numbers in your client's plan and see how it could have played out in more than 1,000 historical scenarios. We map these scenarios out onto a chart to see all the ways your client's wealth could have developed. And the result is this, which isn't so easy to read but will be turned into a client-friendly chart later. In this raw version of the chart, each line represents a single scenario. Here's one that could have started in 1959, for example, and here's another from 1973. Focusing on the 1973 scenario, we can see how the inflation rate changes over time, as well as asset performance scenarios rather than unreliable assumptions. Now we can simplify the chart to make it easier for your clients to read. And it's worth bearing in mind that all scenarios take into account every part of your client's plan, from contributions to taxes, income, account transfers, the account withdrawal order, and much more. If you would like to explore this chart in more detail, you just need to click on the Balance tab in the left-hand menu. The dial shows the percentage of scenarios that last until the end of the plan. If the client's plan ends up following a more pessimistic scenario, no worries, the plan will just need a bit of adjusting over time. And if all of this sounds a little overwhelming to you, no worries on that either. If you go to the left-hand menu and download a PDF report, you will find that every chart and our methodology is explained in client-friendly terms. And when you sign up to Timeline, you will get a lot of support getting going, including an open invite to regular masterclasses with me and our founder, Abraham Okusanya. Once you've set up your first plan, you can easily set up alternative ones to go through the clients and compare them, making clear to your client what their options are. And we know that checking a plan's cash flow is important too, making sure that planned spending is sustainable. Looking at this black line measuring the yearly cash flow balance, when it is above zero, there is an excess of cash which could be spent or invested, and when it is at zero, all spending is fully covered. Finally, you'll want to try out various plan settings and see what happens when you make changes. The dial and numbers to the right will update when you save any settings changes, making it easy to try out different options. Now you see just some of the value financial planning and Timeline can bring. You may wish to add clients without rekeying all their data. And I have some good news there too. We have integrations with IntelliFlow, Xplan, 7IM, Nucleus and Embark, with many more coming soon, which makes setting up new clients easy. Once the client has been imported via a platform or back office system, their portfolio data stays in sync with it to avoid further rekeying. And once you have the basics of financial planning down in Timeline, there is so much more to explore, with risk profiles that map to any portfolio, fact finds whose data feeds through to the financial plan setup, and our low-cost, evidence-backed, tech-based MPS, among so much more integrated value to make your life easier. Get started in Timeline today, secure in the knowledge that we are with you every step of the way, with product tours, demos and masterclasses all available. Welcome to a more evidence-based, more streamlined and more intuitive way to build financial plans and share them with your clients. I look forward to seeing you soon.